Hello, Westminster. My name is Yahya Uqaili. I'm in my first year of Law and International Relations, and today I'm here with
Yassin Dinana.
Yassin Dinana. Thank you very much for having us. Assalamu alaikum. Please, could you tell us what degree did you study and your current career?
Yeah, so I graduated in 2020 from the University of Westminster in Electronic and Electrical Engineering, that was a Bachelor of Engineering, and I currently work as an AI and Big Data Engineer at Deloitte.
Amazing. And why did you choose Westminster? And what would you say is the number one benefit of having a degree from the University of Westminster when you were searching for a job in Cairo?
Right, so first off, I chose Westminster because of the cultural difference that's being built at the university, as well as the mentorship and the help and the name of the university on my CV. Of course, being at Westminster and then graduating and looking for jobs was a great advantage. I got a lot of offers after I applied. I got a lot of job opportunities, and that was a great exit opportunity for me at the university, and then coming back to Cairo and looking for jobs here. So it was great, and I would like to thank the university for everything they did and all the mentorship that happened.
Amazing. And could you tell us a little bit more about the current projects that you're working on?
Right, so currently at Deloitte, I'm working on multiple projects with multiple clients, mainly in fintech and banking, developing data pipelines and AI automation systems to build a mortgage system, prediction system for the future financial market and everything. Working on with multiple clients in different countries is a great advantage, of course, because you get to see how different countries develop their financial system, develop their whole integrity between multiple other world banks. So when you get to work into that and we get to deal with that with new technologies such as AI and big data, that's a very, very good advantage for yourself, as well benefit those big enterprise organizations.
Amazing, I feel you. What would you say are some of your career highlights?
Right, so career highlights here brings me back to 2020, working on Egypt's first digital bank, so we're digitalizing a whole country, working on the world's first large language model, which most people are working on today, as well as working on developing huge data pipelines for other countries in different fields, not only finances. But I would say the main highlight here would be the Egyptian first digital bank called MDI to roll out next month.
Amazing. My question is, do you have any advice for international students who wish to return to their home country, such as top tips on CV writing and interview skills in your country, and even more specifically, your sector?
Right, so first off, I would talk about that in general. So let's take a look into that as how you can build your resume while at uni. So as we mentioned earlier in our session, we can do that using being into multiple internships during your studies. So you have 3 years of studies to do one every single summer. Now you graduate already with a professional experience and internship experience for real world use cases. And then you have to make sure that your CV gets checked and monitored by professionals to make sure that it's eligible for the market with the current technology stack. And then you have to filter your CV for each job and customize it depending on where you're applying, right? For my sector in general, I have to keep on with learning new technologies because we're moving really fast, and also have to keep my CV, as mentioned, one page, not making too long because they don't take a lot of time to look at your CV, as well as make it customizable for every job, as we mentioned, and make pinpoints and keywords in your CV that will take the eyes of the recruiter who will hire you. But most importantly, make connections, make networking, attend networking events, meet new people, as those will be a huge advantage for you when you grow up.
Amazing. Thank you for that amazing advice. You mentioned that you studied at the University of Westminster and also completed your education in the UK. My question is, were there any cultural shocks that you kind of faced once again when you arrived back in Cairo? And also I wanted to ask if there was any cultural shocks you experienced when you first moved to the UK.
Right, so let's take it first. When I moved from Cairo to the UK, it was very challenging. I wouldn't say there was a culture shock, but I would say it was very challenging moving at the age of 18 to another city, myself knowing no one except a few friends. So that was very challenging to get to know the people, the country, and everything. But I was able to adapt very fast. Like it was not that much of a challenge. But the biggest challenge was moving back from the UK back to Egypt, right? It was a huge challenge for me because I was dealing with a specific area in my sector when I was in the UK, a specific level and technology, but then that was not available in Egypt yet, right? Which brings us to the point of Yes, there's a culture shock, but you have to adapt, and adaptability is very important in any field, right? But we have to get through it, and then you have to learn how to adapt and how to get forward and move forward with what you're dealing with, because, you know, like the morning is coming the next day. It's not stopping for anyone, yeah.
That's great. Thank you for that advice. And yeah, I agree. You don't know what's coming tomorrow, you know. What would you say is your favorite memory from the University of Westminster?
Whoa, a lot. But I would say we had many, like, at least in my field or my degree, a lot of Christmas parties where we used to go have fun with each other, go out, eat a lot, because the University of Westminster is very central, as everyone knows. It's in the heart of London, so everything is around you, which is great. The location is brilliant. You meet people from all around the world. So the outings, the dinners, the mentorship, and everything were nostalgic to me. Like, I wouldn't say there's a specific memory, but literally over 3 years, everything was great, and I remember every single memory of those.
I hear that you have so many memories from the University of Westminster. My final question is, why did you decide to come speak to us today and speak to the students, sharing your experiences, and what would you take away from this experience specifically?
Right, so this is my second year to come and speak at the Westminster Working Culture events. Like, last year was brilliant. I really loved it, and which made me come again this year, right? I feel the energy from everyone who was sitting here today, the questions, the enthusiasm from everyone, and I believe that if I'm asked to come again and again, I will always do that. I like to share my experience with other people who are still at the university stage, because I was there once. I needed the advice. I needed to work on specific stuff for myself. So giving those people this advice is a great advantage for them and for myself. And I won't say I only benefit them, but I get a lot of benefit from them as well, to myself, like how they think, how they work, and how they're trying to achieve what they want. So that teaches me a lot as well, and I will always come back, and I will always try to give talks to new hires and everything, and I would come to the university and try to give talks and everything about that. But that was great. Thank you.
That's amazing, and it's so good to hear that we get to learn a lot from you, and you get to learn a lot from us.
100%. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for this interview. Shukran and Salaam Alaikum. I've been Yahya, and this is Yassin.
Thank you so
and
much.
thank you, WWC Cairo.
Thank you.